Hello, how are you guys? Today I am going to be cleaning out my fridge. It is gross. I'm looking at it right now. I wouldn't say it's like the grossest it's ever been, but it is very disorganized. I know that there are outdated things in here I need to throw out. I know there is produce I need to process and get used up. I wanted to do this before I go to the grocery store because I feel like if I do this, then I'm not going to end up purchasing things that I already have because you never know what's in the back in there. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I actually need to do is clean off my island. This was the first week of school, so everything is a mess in here. I've got dishes I need to put away. I've got dishes I need to wash. All this stuff needs to go somewhere. I've got a coffee. I've got a Diet Pepsi. We've got kids making a mess on the counter. We've got Legos, we've got muffins, we've got pickles from Jimmy John's. So let's clear off the island first, get it all wiped off so that way we have a place to place the food while we're clearing out the refrigerator. So in this video, you guys are not just getting a refrigerator clean out and organized. I'm also going to share with you what I made for dinner on this particular day. And I also wanted to let you know that this took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I worked on this over the course of pretty much the whole afternoon on Saturday and then part of the day on Sunday, but I am going to be posting a grocery haul, sharing with you what I picked up at the store after I organized everything in my fridge. So that's going to be kind of a part 2 of this video. So once that's posted, I will link it on the end screen of this video so you can go ahead and watch that. I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like the more counter space you have in your kitchen, the more chances you have to just get more clutter. So I had to clean up school papers. We had snacks on the counter that needed to be put away. I was working on putting everything back in the pantry. Of course, I've got Legos on my counter, so those need to be put in a bag and taken back upstairs. Those of you that have boys, you will know about Legos all over your house. I guess I shouldn't say that because girls love Legos too. And in fact, Kira, when she was younger, loved to play with Legos, and she has since grown out of that a little bit. But anyway, the next project I need to take on is organizing my pantry, but I am going to pack some snacks away in here. I also am trying to work through just cleaning out some ingredients in my pantry, making more pantry meals and things like that. So I'll have more of those videos coming up. I do have a butcher block counter and I get a lot of questions about that. So I actually made a whole dedicated video about it. It was a long time ago, so I'll find it on my channel and link it down below. But basically our house is 5 years old this year and it's held up great. Butcher block is not like a perfect finish. The whole point of it is that it gets kind of like weathered and you'll get scratches on it and stains and whatever. But if you maintain it, it will last quite a while. This is actually I believe it's a maple butcher block. We had to have it custom made through Lowe's because the size was kind of unique. So I also got some flowers at Hy-Vee. I think I got these the day before actually, and these are sunflowers. I love sunflowers because I had sunflowers at my wedding. Adam and I got married in the fall and our wedding colors were black and gold because of the Hawkeyes. And we actually had our wedding on a day when there was, I think it was like an Iowa-Illinois game, but we had sunflowers at our wedding. And then I also had red roses because I loved red roses. But anytime I see sunflowers, especially in the fall, I always have to pick them up. And so I thought I would go ahead and arrange these on my counter to give me a little bit of motivation and prettiness to look at while I was doing the dreaded task of cleaning out my refrigerator. One of the most common questions I get asked on my channel is, where do you get your glasses, Jen? And to that, I answer Warby Parker. Thank you to Warby Parker for sponsoring today's video, and thank you to you guys for always supporting me when I do sponsored content here on my channel. I love working with brands that I know and use and trust myself, and like I said, I just appreciate you guys' support. So I've been working with Warby Parker for a long time, and if you guys are looking for new glasses like me, I always think that glasses are a fashion accessory. Definitely try Warby Parker. They offer everything you need for happier eyes. They don't just have eyeglasses, they have sunglasses, contact lenses, and even offer eye exams as well. And you can shop with them online or in stores. The best part is that glasses start at just $95, including prescription lenses, and they are fantastic quality. Pretty much all of my glasses are from Warby Parker, and you guys can try Warby Parker Parker's free home try-on program. You can order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free. There's no obligation to buy. They also ship free, and they include a prepaid return shipping label. You can go to warbyparker.com/Jen to try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free. Once again, the link is warbyparker.com/Jen. I want to tell you guys the ones that I am trying on today because you guys always ask me what the name is so you can find them for yourself. So first of all, this pair that I'm wearing right now, I actually just got complimented on it the other day, are also from Warby Parker, but the first pair that was in my try-on box is the Callum Wide in Balsam Matte. I actually like the shape and the color of that one. I don't have many pairs that are super dark, so that is a consideration for me. The next one that I'm trying on is the Felix, and this is in Crystal with English Oak. I also love that Warby Parker has wide width glasses because my head is rather large and I need that so that they'll fit properly. The next pair that I'm trying on is the Hemmings in Viridian is the color. It's kind of like a bluish green, which is pretty unique. So I guess that one is a contender as well. The next one is the Winston in Jet Black. I felt like this one was a little bit too dark for my face. I actually have ones like this anyway. They're not black, they're brown. So that one is probably a no-go, but that is why you try them on, right? So you can see which ones you like. And then this one is the Jillian in Nutmeg Crystal. I think that one is really pretty as well. So once again, if you guys want to try Warby Parker, I will have the link in the description box below. Highly recommend them. Like I said, I've been using them personally even before I started working with them here on YouTube. The link once again is warbyparker.com/Jen. Okay, so I showed you guys all of my dirty dishes earlier, so I went ahead and loaded those into the dishwasher and I'm going to get that going. I also had some dishes that I wanted to hand wash. I could have called this like a kitchen cleaning video since I'm doing other stuff, but the main thing that I wanted to get done was the fridge, and I did, so wait to see those results. Just a disclaimer, I do not pride myself in having any sort of Pinterest worthy fridge. In fact, I bought this book on Amazon called Fridge Love. I'll link it down below. It's kind of a curious book. Like, first of all, I didn't realize it was a vegan cookbook, and second of all, I feel like has like very unattainable standards for what a refrigerator should look like, especially when you have children. But let me know if you guys have seen that book. I mean, it's pretty. Is my fridge gonna stay like that? Probably not. And now that school is back in session, we are gonna have to wash water bottles. Aren't you moms excited out there about washing all the water bottles? I feel like I never took a water bottle to school. Did we just not drink water all day? I mean, I feel like we drank it out of the drinking fountain, but now kids have water in their class all day, which I think is fine. It's good to drink water, but did you guys ever drink water in school besides the drinking fountain? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Adam picked me up this CLR garbage disposal cleaner from Menards because he was there earlier today. It is my favorite. So he got me 2 packages of that. I'm going to put it into my mason jar. I should probably just look into ordering it in bulk on Amazon just because I use it so often and I have really hard time finding it around here. So here is a look at what we are having for dinner tonight. I decided I was going to put some steak in the sous vide because we still have a ton of beef left to use up in the freezer that we bought. We buy either a half or a quarter of a cow every year. So this is just sirloin steak, which ends up being really tender in the sous vide. I'll link our sous vide machine down below, but I just seasoned this with salt and pepper and put it into there. Okay, so the first thing that I needed to do was get everything out of the fridge and check the expiration dates and decide what I was going to keep, what needed to be thrown out. And then I also put some stuff in the freezer as well. I was really glad I ended up doing this, like I said, before I went to the grocery store. I feel like in the past I have went and gotten groceries and then like went to clean out my refrigerator, but it was helpful for me to kind of level set with what I had. And I definitely had some condiments and things in there that needed to be thrown out, a couple yogurts that were expired. I had some slimy produce. I haven't done this in a long time, actually take everything out and clean the whole fridge out. So this was definitely something that needed to be done. And I haven't been traveling for the past 2 weeks for work, so I had the chance to do it and it has been glorious. So a while back, it's probably been a year now or more, I'm not sure, I'd have to look. I did do a video where I reorganized my fridge and I got some of these fridge organizing containers, I guess, these like clear bins that you can get on Amazon. I'll link the ones I have down below. I find them pretty useful. You do kind of have to be strategic about how you organize them in your refrigerator, but I find that they do a good job of kind of keeping all of the condiments corralled. And one thing that I wanted to do today was to basically take all of these out and wash them in hot soapy water in the sink. I also have some of these smaller, more narrow bins, which are great for holding condiments and juice pouches and applesauce and things like that. So I'm just setting these all in the sink, and I'm going to fill them with hot water and soap and get them washed off. One of the things that I feel so grateful to have is this large basin sink. I get comments asking me if I like it, and yes, I love it. It is so much better than having the double basin sink because, I don't know, you just have so much more room to wash large items. And later on today, I'm going to be taking like the glass shelves out of my fridge as well and getting those washed out. So it's great to have it for that as well. So look at the top left-hand corner of the screen. That is my new air fryer. It is a Ninja air fryer. Do you guys have one? It's also like the grill, and you can roast and dehydrate and stuff. My sister had one, and I also started seeing them on Instagram and YouTube, and I thought, I feel like I need one of those. And so we had our old Cosori air fryer, which was great. I gave that to Adam's parents and bought one of the Ninja ones, and it has been fantastic. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the glass shelves out. I just had to be careful to take them out in a way that would not break them. And then I'm gonna add those to the sink. There is nothing more satisfying than washing out all of your nasty fridge items with hot soapy water and getting them all nice and clean, is there? After I got everything washed and rinsed off, I'm gonna go ahead and dry it with a tea towel. I could have let it sit and dry on its own, but I was impatient and wanted to get everything put back together. Also, after doing this, I found that one of my shelves actually slides out. I wasn't really aware of that before. So this one right here, I think it is, it actually has a roller on it and it slides out. Adam came upstairs and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Clean out the fridge." I was like, "Oh, by the way, did you know this shelf slides out?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that." It's like a new discovery. Every time I clean my fridge, some new functionality pops out. This particular shelf does not come out of the fridge. I guess I could take it out if I really wanted to unscrew it and everything like that, but it does fold up. Basically, it's for keeping like taller things if you need to in the refrigerator. I never use it for that because we just have too many jars of condiments, and I also have an extra fridge in the garage that I use for larger things. So basically, I just wiped that down with Windex because it wasn't that dirty. Okay, so back to dinner. I am trying a new recipe for baked macaroni and cheese. So for this dinner tonight, we're having steak, mac and cheese, and a salad. So this is a new mac and cheese recipe for me. I got it from New York Times Cooking. I can link it down below. Essentially, it's a little bit different because you boil your macaroni and you don't cook the cheese sauce. So the cheese sauce has like eggs, milk, salt, pepper, melted butter, and then you mix your shredded cheese in with that, mix in the cooked macaroni, and then bake it in the oven. I might try it again with the correct types of cheese. So the recipe actually called for shredded cheddar and shredded Colby Jack. I had Colby Jack, but I didn't have any sharp cheddar, so I used regular yellow Colby instead, and I feel like when it melted, it made it a little bit chewy. So I don't know, I might try it again with the cheese as the recipe suggested, but I did also have the recipe because Kira was with friends on this particular day, and it was just me, Connor, and Adam. So I am adding back in the shredded cheese that I told you guys about. I was supposed to save some for the top and put it on later, but I totally didn't follow the directions. That's what happens when you're doing so many things at once, is your brain gets overloaded and you make mistakes, but whatever. So I'm stirring everything together, and then I'm going to add it to a greased baking dish. Do you guys see Milo there popping up over on my left side?
Some of you guys have asked me, yes, we got a new puppy. I do have a video where I'm going to share with you guys, but I just need to get that edited and posted. So here's the mac and cheese. Basically, you cover this up with foil and stick it in the oven for about 30 minutes. And then when it's done, you want to take it out and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes so that it has time to sit. Okay, so I scavenged some romaine lettuce from my refrigerator. The outer leaves were quite wilted, but I was able to scavenge enough of the inner leaves to make a salad. So I'm just going to chop these up and add them to my salad spinner. One tip I have is, especially if you have like greens or herbs or something like that in your fridge that you've had in there for a while and they're a little bit wilty, go ahead and soak them in really cold water inside your salad spinner, and usually it will perk them right up. Sometimes you can soak them in ice water too, and that helps. I know that helps with celery as well. So I'm obviously multitasking here. So while dinner is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of my ingredients back in my refrigerator. So this is one of the larger condiment bins that I use. You can see that it used to have wheels on it, and those have long since popped off, but I still use it because it's still functional. So I'm adding a bunch of my condiments to that. And then I wanted to show you guys this new pickle container that I got on Amazon. I'll link it down below. Essentially, it has like a strainer basket in there, and you can add your pickles. That way you can kind of lift them up out of the brine without having to always have like a fork on hand, and it's just supposed to be easier and mess free. This one is really large, like it holds a lot more than I thought it was going to, but so far I think it's pretty cool. So let me know if you guys have seen that gadget before or if you would try one. I think it's pretty cool. You can see that it definitely locks on and it has a leak-proof seal. So far has been working out well. Okay, so another one of my bins here, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of my condiments and jars and things in there. I tried to put the items that we use the least to the back, obviously, since it's harder to get those out. My lettuce was done soaking, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my salad bowl. And basically, I'm just trying to use up a bunch of things that I found in my refrigerator. So I'm gonna slice up some tomatoes and add those to the salad. For the dressing for this, I ended up using a salad dressing that I got from Whole Foods the last time I was there. And I thought it would go really well with this feta cheese that I also got at Whole Foods. You guys, what I would not give to live next to a Whole Foods. I know it's super expensive, but for someone that likes grocery shopping, I swear to God, Whole Foods is like Disneyland for me. But anyway, I got this huge block of feta there when I was there as well. And then I took some basil out of my pot on my back deck, and I'm just chopping that up. And then I also found a cucumber in my crisper drawer that was still good. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that. This one is a regular cucumber, not an English cucumber. So I do mostly like to peel those. I'm going to slice that and add it to the bowl as well. The dressing that I'm using for this is a honey citrus vinaigrette. It was a lot sweeter than I thought it would be, which is why I thought I would pair it with the feta cheese, and it turned out really good. I also added some croutons to the top, and unfortunately I did not get a finished picture of our plates. So just imagine steak, mac and cheese, and a salad. It was delicious. Okay, so after dinner, I decided to start taking out all of the other drawers in the fridge. I took out my deli drawer and my two produce drawers, and I'm going to remove all of the rotten food and get that thrown away. And then you can see here underneath my deli drawer, I had quite a bit of gunk to clean up, and all the time this ices up under here. So there's a drainage tube problem. We've had it fixed now twice. All I can say is that I do not under any circumstances recommend a Samsung refrigerator. We have had nothing but problems with it. You can see all of the ice that formed underneath there. I constantly have to take that drawer out and scrape all of the ice out underneath it. It's so frustrating to spend like $1,800 on a refrigerator and then have that happen. But anyway, it still works. It still keeps our food cold, so we're keeping it for now. I am going to spray down my produce drawers. You can obviously take these out and wash them in the sink. I find that they're a little big and bulky for that, and sometimes it's just easier to wipe them out. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm just going through all of the produce and seeing if it is still good, seeing if I can salvage it, which I was able to salvage quite a bit. So that was good. Okay, so once I got all of my produce out of the drawers, I'm just gonna spray those down and wipe them out with a really hot cloth. Do you guys put any liners in your produce drawers? I feel like I should look for some of those. Sometimes I've used paper towels in the past, but I don't always find those effective. So if you guys know of any that you use, let me know. I guess I could look on Amazon, but I always love getting your recommendations as well, because then I know if they work or not. Okay, so I found some produce that I wanted to wash up in an effort not to waste it. So I found some baby carrots. This was like the mixed colors. So I went ahead and threw those into my salad spinner. I know that technically they're already washed, but I just wanted to wash them again. And then once I got my produce drawers cleaned out, I'm going to go ahead and stick those back into the fridge. And then this deli drawer is always such a huge mess. In fact, when I get a new fridge sometime, I want to actually get one of those dedicated like pull out, like, you know, they have like the French doors on top, the freezer on the bottom, and then there's like a drawer in between that you can pull out for like beverages and deli and snacks and stuff like that. That's what I want in my next fridge. And it will probably be not, well, it will definitely be not a Samsung fridge. Can you hear my dog coughing? He's over there hacking up something. Anyway, I sprayed this out with my Mrs. Meyer's spray, and then I am just wiping that out with a paper towel. Again, this drawer is pretty much way too big to go into the sink, but thankfully it doesn't get super sticky, just obviously some crumbs in there. Okay, so I also have this deli container that I love to use for lunch meat and things like that. It's divided, and I can link it down below. I got it on Amazon. I'm just now seeing these clips are of nothing. Apparently I did not press record, so yay me. Okay, so here is how the tray ended up coming out. I put all of my turkey sticks into a container. I try to keep most of the meat on the left-hand side and then the cheese on the right-hand side. And like I said, any of these containers, some are OXO, some are Rubbermaid, some are other brands that I got on Amazon. I will try and leave links for them all below so you guys can check those out if you want to. So I put my baby carrots in a container. I also had some broccoli and cauliflower that I want to put in a container. You know, I strive to be like one of those ASMR TikTokers who puts all of my veggies into containers. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You never know. If you're going to be able to keep that up or not. But I do find that I try to put things in clear containers when I can, just because it helps us see what's in there and makes them probably get used faster. So I went ahead and put my deli drawer back in. Next, I'm going to take out the rest of my bins. I kind of had to do this in sections throughout the day. Otherwise, I would have had everything out of the fridge for way too long. This glass shelf does not come out of the refrigerator. I have tried. I'm sure there's a way to get it out, but it's too much of a pain. So I just go ahead and keep that in there and wipe it down with a really hot cloth and some multi-surface spray. So I went ahead and sorted through my citrus fruit. I always keep limes and lemons on hand, and I threw out the ones that got rotten, and I'm putting all of my bins again in the sink to wash them out with hot soapy water. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my citrus fruits back into this little drawer or container, I guess, and put that back in the fridge. And then I also like to keep one container that has like all of our yogurt and Jell-O and applesauce and things like that. It was super helpful for me to do this too, again, before I went to the store, so I knew what I had. Then when I went to buy yogurt, I knew that I didn't have to buy as much because I already had some on hand. I got these knockoff Lunchables at Hy-Vee for 99 cents each. They had them on sale, so I went ahead and stocked up because my kids like eating them for a snack after school, and I had some different like charcuterie trays and different things like that, so I'll put those in there as well. This is my hot mess of a condiment tray. I always save like little packets of ketchup and different things like that, sweet and sour sauce, but obviously this needed to be big time organized. Okay, so I decided to take a seat at the island because at this point I had been on my feet for around 10 hours in my kitchen and I was over it. So I'm just kind of going through all of these little dressing packets and condiments and barbecue sauce and whatever. Why do we save these? I don't know. I mean, actually you do use them, like especially the dressings and like the sauces and stuff for nuggets when I make them. But basically I wanted to throw out anything that was expired. And then for the little packets of condiments, I just normally like set those into little cups. I find that that organizes them pretty well and put them back into the container. So in one cup, I went ahead and put like basically sandwich condiments. So like mayo, mustard, ketchup. In another one, I put hot sauce. And in another one, I put sour cream and Arby's sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and put those back into my fridge bin drawer door thing. Whatever this is called, I don't know. I did take it out and wash it in the sink, so that was super convenient. And I just try to put everything in here in some semblance of order so that we can see what we have. Okay, and these two bins are from the door of my fridge. Basically has all of my condiments in there, soy sauce, mayo, all of my salad dressings. I knew that I needed to definitely go through these. Adam came upstairs and also helped me take off all of the bins on the side of the doors. I had a hard time getting those off, and you can see all of the gunk that is in here. Gross. This one was extremely gross because I've never been able to successfully get it out of the fridge before, and ta-da, I actually got it out. So that was good. Now I know how to do that. So it was really nice to be able to put all of these in the sink and soak them down with hot soapy water, and my fridge just feels so fresh and so clean now. I loved getting home from the grocery store and getting to restock it. Okay, so for the fridge doors, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a hot rag and scrub that down. One of the other things that doesn't work about this refrigerator is the ice maker. I actually feel like, I think there was like a class action lawsuit or something about these refrigerators. I never did look into that. Do you ever just feel like you have so much like of a mental load that you can't keep up with everything? That's how I feel like every single day of my life, and I'm just like, whatever. Again, it's not an emergency, right? Because the refrigerator itself works. It's just like these little stupid things that keep breaking and whatever. I'm sure you guys know how I feel. If you are a working parent, you know exactly how my brain feels. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse all of these bins off and dry them off, and then we can start putting everything back together. Okay, so here's a look at my clean refrigerator doors after I got everything back together. So excited, and now I know how to take that weird one out. And then here is the other side. I went ahead and cleaned out all of those so I could split out my condiments and my salad dressings. And here it is all filled up. So that top bin is what I have all of our little packets of condiments and olives and dressings and things like that. I cleaned up some green onions, put those back in the fridge. I've got my salad dressings there, soy sauce, barbecue sauce. And then on the bottom, we've got ketchup and mustard and mayo and Miracle Whip and all of those good things. And then on the left-hand side, this was the side that I was able to clean out really well, and I still even have some room back in this side, so that was good. Got that all reloaded. And then here is my non-Pinterest refrigerator. So on the top, I mostly have like applesauce, pickles, macaroni salad, mayo, vegetable dip, things like that. We keep our drinks in the middle, and then on the bottom, larger drinks, and you can see how well everything is organized. So this was after I restocked a little bit. So I went to Walmart and got some more produce. I also grabbed some of those fresh tortillas. Those are really good. I just put those in the drawer because I didn't really have any place to put them, but I did also get some fresh peppers and things. And then I restocked our cheese drawer and got some lunch meat. So yeah, this was a super time consuming task, but I'm so glad that I put my mind to it and got it done. There's Milo. Hi, Milo. But I hope this gave you guys some motivation as well to get your own fridge cleaned out. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and do it, and it's going to take you longer than it thinks, but you're going to feel so much better once it's done, right? So thank you guys so much for coming along with me. Don't forget to check out Warby Parker. I'll have that link in the description box below, warbyparker.com/Jen. Thanks so much for being here again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.